Welcome and happy Friday. If we haven't met, I am Kat Trulinos with Ta-Da by Kat, Living by Design episode. And we have been sharing, I believe we have 91 episodes. We've been doing a lot of replay, which I hope you've enjoyed if you've watched on our YouTube channel or on Facebook. But we have a special breaking into 2024, which comes down to the powerful number of 8. Infinity is going to be a powerful year. Also, the power of the dragon, which my Miracle Online and I are both dragons in the Asian calendar. I have a special guest, my Miracle Online today, Mr. Jeffrey Wong, and we're going to be talking about the release of our brand new book. We released it on November 18th, our 25th wedding anniversary. We met online 25 years ago, and my heart said it was time to finish the book I started 25 years ago, to share with the world nuggets and basically what I like to think of as a GPS to help navigate positively through the phenomenon of online dating and finding your true and lasting love online, as we did. So without further ado, Jeffrey, will you join us?
Hello, everyone. Everybody hear me okay? Welcome to TV Land.
TV Land. And you may be watching this recording. Just to remind our audience, we do put this on YouTube within about 48 hours. It will be on our YouTube channel, Ta-Da by Kat. You can also hear it, listen to it in the car on your favorite podcast. What are some of the podcasts? Apple?
Yeah, you can do Apple Podcast. It's literally on all the podcast stream that we put together. And of course, it's always going to be replayed on YouTube, upload. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, it's streaming on, like, I believe 5 different pages off of Facebook.
As well as LinkedIn as well?
Yeah, LinkedIn is being streamed. So we're trying to expand definitely bigger and better for 2024. We are also adding me to the format. So El Presidente, please tell us about me being in the format. Yes.
You've always been in my format, baby, for 25 golden years. And for those of you who don't know, we just celebrated almost 2 weeks on a couple islands in Greece, a dream come true. It's really a story of manifestation and how we can control and manifest the dreams that we desire to live this life totally fully. You know, I woke up today, Jeff, and I have my never-ending calendar that doesn't have a year on it. And for January 6th, my message was, the beginning is always today. And, you know, as Jeff and many people who know me close know, I do my meditating and reading every morning, at least an hour. And I'm usually reading, half a dozen books, just what speaks to me. Was rereading Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now, when this message, the beginning is always today or now. And really, that's all we have is this moment. So I ask you, if you're listening to this, if you're scrolling, stop for a second, see if something speaks to you. We're going to be talking about, Jeffrey, and the next leg of our efforts to give back to the world that was spawned off of publishing this book. And I'm just going to go ahead and give a sneak peek here. You can find it on, actually this one says not for sale. Those are the early ones. You can find it on Amazon. It's a quick read, less than 100 pages. We have endorsements from some really famous writers. Again, manifestation, miracles, making miracles happen. So pick one up if you know someone who's single, divorced, widowed, looking for love. And you've tried maybe unsuccessfully. I met a gal who had a horrible experience online, and she's relearning, how to navigate, because it can be a minefield out there if you don't do it right. And we're going to be going through in the weeks and picking out some of the areas. My favorite is writing a profile, because to me, that's to know thyself, and to know what you want to attract, not to just put out anything, because you're going to get anything. So knowing yourself and really taking the time to write a powerful profile that speaks to the heart of who you are is going to so attract the heart of who is going to be connected to you. So Jeffrey, if you'd like to take the floor and talk about the company, our company, Yayu Publishing, that was spawned from these efforts, the floor is yours.
Yayu Publishing. Well, let me just start. Number one is that this show is now in 3D. Whoa. Oh. No, I'm kidding. No, as a matter of fact, yeah, what I do for our lives is I'm the comic, right?
What's that?
Yayu Publishing. Let's we're 24. Is the Year of the Dragon, number one, right? So Year of the Dragon, that means that.
Jeff, don't move so much, because when you're moving, it's getting cryptic on the audio a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, it's on my head, so I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, the Year of the Dragon is extremely special. The cycle is completed and ready to start a new cycle for both Kat and myself. As most of you may not know, that we're both born on the Year of the Dragon. And Year of the Dragon in the Chinese zodiac is extremely powerful in regards to what it represents, the integrity, the power, the force of the nature, and all that ties in. With that being the case, we definitely decided that we wanted to go into 2024 with a different approach. We have over a decade going on with the fabulous staging company.
And actually, I was doing the count when I first got my accreditation and was in-house stager for a prominent builder. So I am approaching 15 years with Tada by Kat Next Level Staging and Design. Yeah. And
gotta stroke the beard for that.
That's it. Yeah. Twirl the mustache to stroke your beard. So like many, we pivoted with the whole COVID conundrum into a lot of design. So we do a lot of design, and now even with Cat's Eye and Decor, custom wall art, which is really magical. We do custom pieces and have sold a ton of that in this past year. That we have a little studio and do creations for that. We're all creative beings. And it's just, what are we going to do with it? But so we're very pleased. And then just to finish off this segue, I have leaned into living by design. And this is why we call this a living by design, or, living intentional, because a direction that I'm personally going into, which is to help others through some powerful tools that I've been educated on, where design, it's not just our homes that we want to feel cohesive in and, have space planning and feel wonderful in the space and intentional. But what's even more important is what's up here. And living by design, to me, is living intentional, whether it's your love life, which we all, I think that's one thing we have in common. We all want to feel connected. We all want to be loved. We want to be seen. We want to be heard. We want to stay connected. That's universal. So I'm excited about sharing with you in the weeks to come some things that I'm putting out there to help folks live by design, not by default. And I'm so happy that my partner, my soulmate, my husband of 25 years, etc., is excited about taking and going into the direction and nurturing Yayu Publishing. So talk to us about Yayu Publishing.
Well, the publishing idea came from, of course, your research for the last year or so in regards to self-publishing. I think self-publishing was one of the things that attracted a lot of folks this after 2020, that now they start researching ways to communicate and get their ideas out and share their creativity and so forth. So I'm very excited to get involved in taking somebody's manuscript, having it formatted and presented to the Amazon Marketplace. Now, I want to change just a little bit in regards to that for our first book, which is Miracles Online, that has a lot of visibility. We're doing a lot of marketing. So that kind of shows you that Yahoo is not just, or Yayu is publishing is not just going out there and just putting a book out there and let it hang. This is, pretty much like what you see in the real estate business. The realtors that don't really know the business, so they just put a sign and say goodbye and wait for business, where we actually approach it and put campaign out to launch the book. And so there is a new website that you can actually see, Kat. You could actually click on it and go directly to the Amazon store and get your Kindle copy or get your hard copy paperback. And on top of that, like Kat was talking about the Cat's Eyes and Decor, she does some beautiful work. And I want to touch this on another level. Kat and I talked about when we were in a workspace, infusing energy into our work. It's like when you're writing, you're listening to classical music. But we took it another step up. We went into a 432 hertz frequency in harmonization of cellular level. And while she's building these beautiful decor and wall art and so forth, this is being infused during the creativity to really bring in that energy, to bring that piece to life. Now, most folks are not aware that when you're creating, whether it be a music instrument, whether it's a piece of literature or a piece of art, whatnot, your intent, your focus does go into that piece. And this is why there is pieces that are, where did that come from? So this is incredible and all that. So we made a conscious effort in Cat's Eye Decor while we're creating these one-of-a-kind art for your home, your office, your dwelling, and whatnot, that we're infusing in an energy that's going to direct positiveness and calmness in some respect, or harmonization of the living space. So please let your audience know, El Presidente Kat, what is your new website, and talk a little bit about that.
For author, the author? What's that?
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
now it's not just taughtoutbycat.com, right? What is taughtoutbycat.com is your staging and design,
Staging and
your
design.
award-winning,
Yes.
your portfolio,
Right.
and there's a link to it, so you're not going to go away. But
Yes.
Kat
And
Trel-
there may cross-link at some point, right, Jeff? Or
they're
not?
in it. It's in it. You just got to click on. There's many cats on this webpage because this is all about cat, right? So
So
when you
yes, I had some great assistance with my wonderful assistant Adriana, and of course Jeff. Adriana
that's right,
is
Adriana.
a
Where's the
blessing,
sound button?
and so talented, and she helps with design, staging, creating, as well as graphics. So she was instrumental with Jeff, working with Jeff, to put together a website. You'll see all the different hats of Cat in different colors, so that you can find out more about design, staging, soon to come, living by design, not by default. And I'll go deeper into that as we go into more episodes. But the website itself, Jeff, I think did you put it in here? It's www.myname, Kat Trulinos. And by the way, if you're a fan of mine and you watched past 92 episodes and I've pronounced myself Trulinos, I was corrected when we went to Greece that I have been mispronouncing my original Greek heritage name. It is Trulinos. So,
And my name is actually Wangi.
no, you're Chef Boy. You're Chef Wong
Chef
RD.
Wong RD.
We're
No, it's
going-
Wong RD.
Chef Wong RD. We'll go into another episode on that. But so it's just my name, K-A-T. Make sure you put another T for Troulinos, Troulinos, and it's on here as well. Don't know if it will transfer over to YouTube. But
Yeah, when we repost, I'll put info.
yeah, if you're just autoing it, it's just my name, kattroulinos.com. And please, sign up for updates, tidbits, and more, a plethora of information. And while we're kind of doing this plug on this, we are always looking for guests. So if you've decided that, you know what, you've stayed hidden long enough, 2024 is the time for more, then we can help you with that more. Give us a shout, shoot us a message, give me a call, 281-798-3750, and let's have a little meet and greet, see if we're a good fit. There are no topics that are, well, I won't say no, because there could be some topics, but we're very open to entrepreneur. I love supporting entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, creatives, and we're all creatives. You just maybe haven't discovered it yet. So I encourage you to discover it. Find out what lights you up this year. You know what lights me up? And that's what I started to, when I was interrupting you. You might think, well, it's not New Year's. Why is she all sparkly? You have to see the sleeves. Okay.
It's because the show's in 3D.
It's in 3D. And you know what?
Oh.
You need to sparkle this year, even if you're not brave enough to wear a sparkly shirt like I am. And of course, I've got my workout stretchies underneath because I'm working out with my trainer after this. But I love to wear sparkle. Doesn't it just make you feel like happier? It just makes you feel happier. It glows your face. I mean, I know guys, if you're guys, you go, I'm not going to wear sparkle. But anyone who knows me, my team knows me, when we do a stage or a design, there's going to be a little sparkle. There's going to be a little something somewhere. There's going to be a little bling. Maybe not like this, but there's going to be a little bling. And I encourage you to find your bling. Light yourself up. 2024 is the time for more. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is it. Like my calendar says, the beginning is always today. Today, I love today. Okay, so I went off on a tangent, but our website, you've got that. What's next, Mr. Jeffrey Wong?
Well, this definitely deserves a beard stroking moment.
That's a head scratcher.
Yeah, see. Yeah. So one of the most exciting part about the 2024 in the Cats Home Chat format is as we evolved from last season doing everything about the home. The home is where the heart is and so forth. We're going to go even deeper in regards to, how to bring harmonization into your home, how to bring harmonization into home of self.
Into your life. Harmonization into your life. And that's where living by design, not by default. It's been tugging on my heart for a long time. We don't have to go, well, I've just done this and that's all I can do. We are so multi-dimensional as God particles. We are so powerful and so multi-dimensional. And I really, really, thought about it long and hard. Well, I don't want to jump ship, because I still love staging and design. But how does it mesh and interweave and intertwine into living a life by design? Oh, I just made a rhyme. And it so does. It so does. Living a life by design, not by default. And I think so many of us, and I know Jeff and I have been guilty through our journey on this planet of just being, doing what's expected, being roboticized, not really thinking, what do I want more? What do I want? What's out there? What are my gifts? How can I give back? And I think we're both in a place in our life where we're so full. Our cup is so full. Somewhere in the Bible, it's my cup runneth over. that the only natural next step is to share that overflow of what we've learned and been blessed to acquire in so many ways. And I think that's where we're at. Would you agree, Jeff?
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is the part that as we go into 2024, we have just a lot of opportunities that I am so excited, enthusiastic. Just these are opportunities that I've never envisioned, but I knew that it could come. And one of it is that we're going to develop our education series. As you well know, that in the past couple of years, we were involved as executive producers to the award-winning film, The 13th Note. The 13th Note brings two prominent world-class musicians from two different parts of the world together, and it shows their hardship of becoming masters of their instruments. And with that being said, we are creating the educational series in regards to a variety of different things. And this is one of the parts about being a publisher that I'm extremely excited that now we have opportunity to create knowledge and convey that knowledge into into ways that is not being so-called censored, you know?
Yes.
The aspect of artistry, let's just talk about that briefly, that artistry itself, creation with connection to source. Source could be whoever, however, and you feel connected to. For most of some of the people that would say this is God, this is our, connecting to God or swearing to God, that type of thing. And I remember hearing things like this for many decades when I was a kid growing up with, Eddie Van Halen said this. I believe Hendrix talks about this. And the part about it is what connection, what you get from it. And it's about the same statement that Bruce Lee says, empty your mind, empty your cup, So the self aspect of it, that if you're constantly cluttering yourself, meaning, I got to go get this, I got to go do that, then everything just becomes what we consider the quote, I got to go quote this one, quote, matrix.
What I have to do, exactly.
Yeah, and what it does is that it takes away is that everything is an agenda-driven task, and you forget some of the things that doesn't require a task. Did you hug your kids? Hug your spouse? Did you give yourself? What I mean by that is, did you not beat yourself up over things you didn't do? Did you talk down to yourself? Do you verbalize words and energy that comes out of your mouth that is negative driven? Because these are all very powerful frequencies.
Very powerful. Thoughts become things.
Yeah. And we're here to create opportunities. The home chat is us this year going into the format with both Kat and myself. I'm playing Eddie McMahon, so you're going to get me doing a lot of goofy stuff. But at the same time, we both come from an extensive background of Fortune 500 trainings on human dynamics and been around customer service and people and sales for decades. The things that we've come away with and the things that we have learned.
That is really a unique blend. I think you're right, Jeff. I've had a little bit more than you, only because I'm a little bit older than you, but the corporate, I've had top tier corporate training, was always at the, top 5% of production and sales, and then segued and have always been a student of life since my 20s, because we all have come from one varying degree or another of feeling I'm not enough, being taught by teachers, friends, family that we're not enough, that, we're not good enough, we don't have enough. And I think a lot of society is in that place, and my segment and endeavor on living by design, not by default, is really going to dive into that, that we are all enough. We are more than enough. We're not our bank accounts. We're not our looks. We're not our weight. We're not our position. We're not our job. We're not our house. And that's so opposite of this matrix that we are living in. But I think people are ready to hear and be more in 2024. I believe that.
Yeah. Well, let me bring one more thing into what you just said, that one of the things about the book Miracle Online, and it is just an adaptation of this beautiful romantic story between myself and El Presidente. You know,
That's
we,
me. Calls me El
yeah, that's her. And the thing behind it is, I can't even begin to describe the feelings when we first got together, the first week when we did the intensive phone conversations and the things we got into. She shared stories and life experiences that I had never heard anybody have. And it was literally mind blowing. And I mean, I had my share, but I mean, geez. So I knew that this person that carries this type of experience and able to not let that experience destroy her or imprison her or shackle her in any way. It may have at one time, but she figured it out. She actually got out of this prison, was able to liberate herself into a source of positiveness and love, unconditional. And once I understood that she has this ability and she has found her way, I know. I mean, there is no way that you're going to let this person out of your life now, because this person has figured out how to survive, how to enrich, how to thrive. Right. So Miracles Online, we love this book, and it's 25 years in the making. We're pushing the living, out of it because we want you to experience what we experience. If you ever says, how do you do?
There's actually a section in there that I love that Jeff contributed, in his perspective and his own words. But do know that it's peppered. Our story is peppered in there, but it is truly, my goal was to provide tips, tricks. Even though it was 25 years ago, the foundation is solid today in terms of how to connect and what to do and what not to do. The sites may change. Actually, Matchmaker or Match.com is still in existence, one of the biggest ones. But do know that, number one, it's a quick read, but there are nuggets of instructions to help you navigate. Because, if you've done it and failed, read this book. If you've never done it, I would never, read the book. Share the book with someone, because you're going to find some nuggets to navigate that will put you on the road and closer to finding your true love. I want to take a minute and read from Cynthia S. It was on Goodreads. We haven't figured out how to get it over to Amazon yet, but her review, if I may. The experience of reading Kat Trulano's book is like sitting down at the kitchen table with your best friend. She is holding your hand, and with humor and love, she is helping you craft your way forward on the search for love. The task can feel discouraging and daunting, but Kat's words fill you with courage, hope, and a clear path forward. I plan to give this book to all of my single friends. Thank you, Kat, for generously sharing your journey. Thank you, Cynthia. It was so sweet and generous of you to take your time to review, because I know, we have 112 currently, hoping to bump that up. We have 112 five-star reviews on Houzz for our staging and design. I know the power of reviews. I know that many of you may be like me, that you don't buy a shoelace until you look at the reviews, and you weigh them out. Okay, there's a couple bad. Those are sourpusses, what we call the 1%ers, but most of them are raving. And so, that helps you to make a buying decision. It's not a huge investment. It's less than $10. So buy a few and gift them. We're going to be doing some giveaways also as the weeks come for a signed copy. And in addition to that, I'll give you a little sneak peek. I don't know that even Jeffrey knows this yet, but we are going to be creating a workbook, a profile workbook. And I haven't decided yet if we're going to charge a little something or if we're just going to give it away. We might do a combination of both. But I think it's so important because I want to dive deeper into giving tools to those who are looking for love, and use the powerful medium of the internet to really document and go deep into each section. It's really, and I want to tell you, this will help not only you in putting out the best profile you can to connect with the best match, but you will find the benefit in just knowing yourself, which so many times we just don't take the time to go, oh, okay, so that's what's really important to me. And I have what in the book called the negotiables and the non-negotiables. And so that's a clear line of, okay, if you're out there with your fishing hook out there and the card turns up on the first, second, or third date that is a non-negotiable, that's the time to cut bait, okay? And not waste a lot of time, heartache, and drama. So those are just, some of the things that we're going to dive into. And we're at 10:31, Jeff. We try to keep this about 30 minutes. So is there anything you would like to close with?
I want to say to everyone, 2024, be fearless.
Be fearless.
That's it.
Be fearless.
Be fearless.
Be fearless. And I'm going to go back to our sign off in the past has, stay hopeful, stay positive, stay connected. We may change that coming up. I haven't given it a lot of thought. 2024, be fearless. 2024, you are built for more. And if you like this episode, please share it. And have a beautiful weekend. And we will see you next week. Jeffrey will be my Ed McMahon. You guys know who that is.